All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, today I wanted to go into this lesson as I titled it, Shock Value. Okay, God's UFOs and reality. Okay, and I was meditating, on the fact that I actually saw a post today, which I posted it. I put it as a post where I believe it was the Pentagon or so, was saying that these UFOs are basically a threat to the national security or so on and so forth. And then in the description they mentioned how it's definitely not U.S. technology, but it could be extraterrestrial technology. All right, which we in the know. All right, we know what they truly are. All right, we know that they're the vehicles, all right, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's how the Lord is going to return. But as I titled it, shock value, because one thing, when you look at the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, most of the time, all right, when the Lord brought that or brings that great deliverance, all right, it leaves people in awe. Like when you go back to the time when we got delivered out of Egypt, all right, that was in awe. From the way that the Lord had the chariot, a pillar of fire by night, a cloud by day, okay, and then the parting of the Gulf of Suez, in the Red Sea, okay, and then the manna coming from heaven. These were all, in awe, but the shock value was really the reaction of these nations. Now when they heard, what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai did to the Egyptians, all right, for the nation of Israel's sake, that's why they feared. All right, that's why they feared the Lord and they feared Israel. Okay, and the Lord is going to do the same thing in this day and age with a shock value even greater than before, because you got to understand that back then, those Egyptians, they were into sorceries, right? They knew about the spirit world and the spirit realm and demons and angels. They knew they were on a higher spiritual level than people are today. Because of science, falsely so called, Esau has been able to, basically take away a lot of faith from the earth. So people don't have that sense of spirituality. They don't have that sense of knowing or understanding of the extraterrestrial. All right, so in their mind, it's just seeing is believing. If it's not technological, then whenever you talk about the Bible, it's all make believe to people. So when the Lord brings that supernatural, when those supernatural feats and acts onto the planet, it's gonna be the biggest shock value that there's ever been, because the things that are gonna be happening are gonna be unseen. I mean, not unseen, but because people are gonna see it, but it's gonna be unheard of. And people are going to be losing their minds. They're not going to be able, they're just going to start not even trusting what their eyes are seeing. Okay, now I want to start off here in the book of Habakkuk, all right, because imagine you know what I'm saying, because being that when Yahweh Shai returns, it's going to be broadcasted, it's going to be televised, all right. Now America's going to be destroyed, and different parts of, other parts, Israel's going to be done flattened, okay. And other parts of the planet are going to get hit with those nuclear missiles, but not everywhere is going to be destroyed. And you're going to have satellites and different, news stations and different cameras and helicopters and wherever they at, recording, and broadcasting the so-called alien invasion. Now they're going, there's going to be elect getting beamed up, and as the chariots are shooting laser beams down, the elect are getting beamed up, and then they get changed, and then after a period of time they come back down changed, all right, to become gods. That's going to be something that they call it an abduction. The world calls that an abduction. That you've been abducted, but here it is, Lord willing, we're of the elect, we get beamed up into those chariots, okay, and we come down bigger, with spiritual power, changed, looking otherworldly, basically as gods. Okay, so that's gonna be a shock feature. People are gonna be wondering what the hell just happened, and that's just one aspect. You know, even before the Lord returns, even before the chariots, come in mass and the Lord makes his grand appearance, people are going to be in disarray. They're not going to be able to believe the things that are actually happening on the earth. Right? So it says here in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 5, it says, "Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you." Why? Because what the Lord, what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to do is going to be especially for people who, especially in this day and age where spirituality is at an all-time low. When you even try to tell somebody, all right, about the things that have happened, that there's actually proof that these things happened, they don't believe it because it's too supernatural for them. So what do you think those people are going to do when they start seeing these things? And going back to Ezekiel 33 and 33, when they see these things and then they remember that, hold on, there were people telling us and warning us about these things before decades before they even came to pass. How did they know that? See, they laugh at you when you call yourself a prophet. When you say we're the prophets of the Lord, they'll laugh at you, right? But when these things actually start coming to pass, they're gonna say, hold on, these people who we laughed at, the things that they're saying is coming to pass, number one. And number two, that means that maybe they weren't crazy after all. Maybe they weren't just going around saying we're prophets, but they actually were. All right, then shall it be known that a prophet has been among them. Then shall they know, oh, shoot. And then they're gonna get even more spooked out, because they're gonna be like, hold on, that's how the hell, oh, yo, so everything we've been saying, as it comes to pass, as it gets crazier, as it gets more hard to believe, all right, people are gonna be matter of fact, let me look up this word, shock value. All right, so it says here, shock value, it has here, it says shock value is the potential of an image, text, action, or other form of communication, such as a public execution, to provoke a reaction of sharp disgust, shock, anger, fear, or similar negative emotions. All right, because when these people start seeing, look, the initial reaction, let's say you see somebody get beamed up and they come down looking, I mean, you see a man coming out of a giant, huge, like UFO, right? To put it into worldly terms, a giant UFO, all right, a chariot with white woolly hair, a big beard, and you could just see the power on Yahweh Shai. You think the first reaction of people, the average individual that doesn't know, is gonna be, oh yeah, arms wide open, oh Lord, let me give you a hug? No. That's gonna be that shock value. They're gonna have that sharp, fear, or shock, like, what am I seeing? What's going on? What the hell whoa, who is that? And then even what's even more interesting is that the Lord there's gonna be actions. They're gonna be shocked just to see the appearance of the Lord, but it's gonna be even worse when you see a giant UFO pull up. You see many UFOs flying all around, and then, boom, somewhere maybe the Empire State Building just gets eviscerated by a laser beam. You think people are gonna be standing there, and having, in good spirits? I mean, the elect, that's a different story. But the average individual, they're gonna have that. That's gonna provoke or cause that sharp reaction of fear. Okay. So, going back to Habakkuk 1 and 5, the Lord said what? He's gonna work a work in our days, applying it to now, okay, which you will not believe though it be told you, because the things that are left to happen in prophecy are leading straight into the supernatural. Okay? Literally, it's leading straight into the supernatural. All right? Now, you got the mark, which they're pushing now, okay? You got World War III, okay? Which people don't understand how an individual can tell you that World War III is going to happen when you look around and there was nothing going on. Everything looked like it was good. Decades ago, you warning about World War III. World War III, you know? And then you got the chariots, I mean, at that point, you know, to hell with quote unquote normality. The Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to bring the new normal. These devils talking about a new normal, that's really going to come with Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, so now this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. And it says, behold, I show you a mystery. Now, why is this a mystery? Because not everybody knows. And you got to unravel it to really understand it, to really get it, right? So the mystery is that we shall not all sleep. Sleep meaning to die, right? So we're not all going to die, but we shall all be changed. So what change is that talking about? All right. What did Job say? He said all the, roughly paraphrasing, he was going to wait till his change come. Okay. So so Paul understood that when Yahweh Shai comes back, the elect are going to be changed. All right. You're going to be transformed. You're going to change forms. All right. From this fleshly human body into a new body. Now, what those bodies are made of, we don't know. But certain capabilities of those bodies, we're going to find out. All right. So it says, so Paul says, but we shall all be changed. Now, keep in mind, not everybody is going to be changed. Okay. Not everybody on the planet Earth is going to be changed. So that means that's going to make it even more special for those that do get changed. So let's say maybe 100 years down the line, or not even, when Yahweh Shai comes back, the elect go and start putting things under subjection. Now imagine, you know, you see, like I said, we don't know exactly what the body's going to look like, but you know that when you see a God, you're going to know that that's a God. Okay. So imagine you go to, a particular land, you know, and boom, you let them know, look, we got we under new management. The earth is under new management now. And they see you, okay, and they see that change, they're going to know that you're not human, okay? And they're going to be in instant fear. And the thing is, they're going to understand, all right, as time progresses, all right, and as we institute the system. See, the kingdom of heaven isn't going to be just buildings and mansions and gold. It's also going to be a mindset, all right? Because it's going to be a time period, an age that's going to usher in a mindset, meaning the way you live is going to change worldwide. You know, the way you worship is going to change worldwide. All right. The things you fear are going to change worldwide. The laws you follow are going to change worldwide. Okay. So in the kingdom of heaven, everything is going to be different. It's not just going to be us, but everything is going to change. All right. From physical to moral to spiritual. All right. And these heathens are going to understand, and that's why they're going to look at us with such envy, because they're gonna sit there, they're gonna wonder how do you even get to that level? Because we're gonna be on the highest level, because we're gonna be like Yahweh Shai. All right. So as Paul says in 1 Corinthians 15 and 51, we shall not all sleep. We're not all gonna die, but we shall all be changed. But we're all gonna be changed, and that's gonna start with the elect. Okay. It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. All right. And that change is not going to be just physical. Okay. And we're our minds, all right, in those new bodies, we're going to know things on a whole nother level. And we're going to understand, all right, things on a whole nother level. All right, verse 53 says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption. Now imagine you come down and somebody shoots a freaking, whatever those tanks shoot at you, whatever kind of ammunition those tanks shoot, and then boom, and it hits you and it just bounces off of you. You know, as it comes, you just put your hand up and you just stop whatever it is, bullets, rockets, whatever. You just stop it with your hand. You know, you can just reverse the trajectory, or just have it just explode, or just diffuse, or whatever the case may be, or just have it disappear into thin air. You know, when they see that, of course they're gonna be shocked. They're gonna be like, what the like, and that's why it says in the book of 2 Esdras 13 that they were afraid and yet durst fight. When people see the chariots come down, who the hell in their right mind is going to want to fight against that? Initially, your mind is, well, there's an outside threat coming, so we're going to we're going to stand and fight for humanity. We're going to fight for our country. We're going to fight for the world. Till you see one chariot freaking take out a whole state, you're not going to have the same energy. But anyway, it says, verse 53, for this corruptible must put on incorruption. So that's when that everlasting life comes. It says, and this mortal must put on immortality. Okay? And now imagine somebody, people seeing people go from mortals to immortals. I knew this individual, all right? I freaking taught this dude in high school or, whatever. And now he's a whole immortal. He's a god. He's a king. We're going to be able to control elements. All right. Imagine being able to make it rain, or just being able to, concentrate and form something in the air based on, gathering different elements or molecules together or whatever. Hey, we're going to be able to do things that are unseen and unheard of. And that's going to become reality. Gods, UFOs, the supernatural is going to become reality. Esau was never able to get rid of the supernatural. He was just able to paint a covering on it. All right. But the supernatural is going to become a reality. The new norm, the new normal is going to be gods. The new normal is going to be UFOs. The new normal is going to be Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. So now, matter of fact, I'll read a couple more verses. It says, verse 54, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Because we're never going to die anymore. The heathens are going to die, but we're never going to die anymore. So we're going to be alive, from now till all of eternity. And even if you are a martyr, or you do die on this side, and you die in the Lord, you coming back, it's gonna be like that, like you blinked, like you went to sleep, and then boom, you woken up, you woke up again, and that's it. For all eternity, you're gonna be alive. You're gonna see people live and die and grow old, and that's gonna be for them. But for us, we're not gonna be affected by that, So now, I want to go to, because Paul mentioned a change, okay? So now we're gonna go to exactly what is gonna happen. What are we gonna change? What are we gonna be changed to? All right. This is the book of John, because understand that when the Lord gives us those new bodies, these aren't bodies that are gonna be made from a man and a woman, all right, having sexual intercourse, and then having that sperm and egg meet to form that zygote. Because you got to think about it. When you're a baby, right? When a new body is really in the form of a baby. And then it grows, to become an adult. And then you become old and then you die. All right. That's that's mortality, because you already start breaking down, as you're growing. Okay. You go. You hit your peak and then you start descending. But the new bodies that we're going to get, the scriptures ain't never, Paul said it's going to be in the twinkling of an eye, So I don't know where the Most High is going to keep it, how he's going to do it. We're going to find out. But it's not going to be something where a carnal, like a mortal man and a mortal woman sleep together and then form that body for you. No, we're not going to be our spirits are not going to be put into babies or baby bodies, and then we're going to have to grow up. No, we're going to be changed, transformed. Okay. And so the bodies of the elect, okay, are going to be basically like the original new bodies. All right. And then from those new bodies that the elect get, when they have kids, the elect, the children that come from the elect, those that died on this side, I should say, all right, when they come back, they're going to come back as what? Offspring of gods. So what's that going to make them? Gods as well, But it's also similar to, whenever you watch like a vampire TV show or a movie, they sort of show you how, you know, it goes back and it goes back and it goes back. You have the individual that turned that other individual, right? You're able to turn somebody that's human to a vampire, but it goes back to the first vampire, you know, who wasn't turned. He didn't, no other vampire turned him into a vampire. So he's like the original vampire. And they always show you how he's much stronger, you know, than all those that were turned. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly how it's going to be, but just, you know, just thinking about it, how the elect are going to sort of have those original, you know, those original new bodies. And then the 2/3 are going to come from the elect. Okay. Or I should say those that die on this side, because the 2/3 are going to be dealing with those in this land. Right. So this is the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 2. It says, "Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be." Okay, so why is John talking about what we shall be, what we're gonna be? You know, it doesn't appear what we're gonna be. Aren't we humans? Aren't we always gonna stay humans? Okay, no. So it says, but we know, what we do know is that when he shall appear, who's the he? Yahushai. All right, the Messiah. So when Yahushai shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. But hold on, he said, "I shall not meet thee as a man." The Yahushua said he's not coming back as a mortal man. And Paul and John is saying here that we don't know what we're gonna be like, but we know that when Yahushua comes back, and though he's not coming as a mortal man, we're gonna be like him. So when Paul talks about the change in 1 Corinthians 15, what are we gonna be changed to? What are we gonna be transformed into? We're gonna change forms from humans to gods. Now understand, Yahushua is not coming with a second-hand body. He's coming glorified. He's coming in the power of his might. He's coming with he's coming at the apex, all right, of what a body on earth can be like. So that's what we're gonna be like. We're gonna jump. We're gonna go from 0 to 100, just like that. Okay? And that's gonna be a privilege that not everybody's gonna get. And even amongst Israel, there's going to be levels. Okay? That's why the scriptures talk about some being least and some being great in the kingdom. Okay? So now we're going to go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon. All right, chapter 7. Okay, and I'm going to read this real quick. Okay, showing you that when Yahushua returned, see, when Yahushua came on the earth, you know, as Adam, when he came as Solomon, when he came as Isaac, when he came as, you know, Yahushua himself, he came in the form of a man, a mortal man. And this was the process of it. But notice, this isn't going to be the process in which the elect are going to get their new bodies. Okay? It says here, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 1. It says, "I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth." Okay, and it shows you that man was made to be immortal because there's a scripture that says that. But Solomon, when you read in the writings of King Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon, you know, particularly Ecclesiastes, you're constantly hearing, you know, he says, "I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that." But at the end of the day, what's it really worth if I'm, you know, it's like, for example, talking about riches, what's it really worth if I'm gonna die and somebody else is gonna have it? I could do the most that anybody has ever done, but what's that really gonna be worth if I'm just gonna die and leave it to somebody else anyway? You know? But when being that this is the last generation, we're not gonna have to go through that anymore. We're not gonna labor for riches and then somebody else comes and enjoys it. No, we're gonna reap, all right, the things that were sown, all right, the spiritual things that we have sown. And that's why I mentioned, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that your actions now will benefit you for all eternity. And when you get to the kingdom, when we get to the kingdom, Lord willing, the things that the elect are gonna get, that's gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? There's a specific word. It starts with a P. I guess you could say they get priority. you know, but I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. But nonetheless, the elect are gonna get certain things that only the elect can have. All right, and people, it's gonna be like, yo, how'd you get that? Like, yo, damn, that's, you know. But guess what? Even though everything is preordained and predestined, as we go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, you'll find out that it talks about how they made no account of the labors, all right, of the elect. Guess what? While we were laboring, what were you doing? So when you get to the kingdom, you're gonna get what Israel is gonna get by default. You know, those that die on this side that aren't a part of the elect, they're gonna get what an Israelite is gonna get by default. You know, because the Lord promised it to our forefathers. So by default, you're gonna get the you know, the base blessing of being an Israelite. You know, still being saved at the end of the day. You know, still being reborn in the kingdom. You know, not having to suffer death and all of those things. You're gonna get that. You know, but the elect are gonna get that and more. Okay, because on this side, what did you do? You know, versus what did the elect do? Okay. And like I said, even though it's not a thing of the elect getting it because of how much they deserve it, you know, but nonetheless, the Lord is still gonna count the labors that you've done. The scriptures talk about how their works do follow them. Shalom. Shalom to all you, you know, sincere listeners. Let me pull this up here. All right, the scriptures talk about how their works do follow them. Okay, so all the things that, you know, we do now, guess what? Even though, like I said, it's not about what you deserve or what you don't deserve, at the end of the day, the Lord is going to take it into consideration. You know, you being diligent, you putting in work, the Lord sees all of that, and he's going to reward you for that. You know, Apostle Tahar mentioned it one time. He mentioned how, he said, you know, he said, hey, look, man, you know, he said, I'm constantly, you know, looking for topics to go into and constantly trying to do more because I want my paycheck, but I want that extra. You know what I'm saying? I want that bonus on my paycheck. And you got to think about it. Well, shit, I want that too. You know, like, because when you get to the kingdom, it's no more working. You know, it ain't gonna be, well, I kind of want to, I want more. Let me go work. You know, do overtime. The time has already passed. The time to do overtime has already passed. You know, the time to put in the extra work has already passed. So this is the time to do it. You know, and that's why I said whatever you do now is really gonna last for all eternity. It's gonna affect you for all eternity. All right, like the brother said, Sons of Thunder 144 God Shalom. The elect will get preferential treatment. That's right. Yep. That's part of the promise from our Heavenly Father. Khan. Yep. Daniel 12:2. You know, and that's why the Lord always speaks about the elect. So now let's go and continue back in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. So Solomon talks about how he's a mortal man. All right. It says, in the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. Okay. Now, when we get our new bodies, guess, hey, and it's really is spiritual too, because we come from Adam. All right. We come from the Adam who was made from the earth. All right. But when Yahweh Shai, that same Adam comes back, we come from the first Adam who was made of the earth, and the scriptures talk about the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. So when Yahweh Shai comes back as the last Adam, he's not gonna come as a man made from the earth. Though he's gonna have a body that can dwell on the earth, this is gonna be some new joint, you know, and that's what we're gonna come from, because like John said, we're gonna be like that. All right, so our similitude, we're gonna be likened, or we're gonna be changed. You know, we're gonna be changed from, you know, being like the first Adam who was made of the earth. Now we're gonna be like the last Adam who was made with the angelic body, and that's gonna be the you know, the angelic line. You know, we're gonna be offsprings technically, you know, and the rest of Israel is gonna be offsprings, you know, from that. You know, so we're all going to be transformed. Okay. Now it says, verse 2, and in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man and the pleasure that came with sleep. Now, why didn't Solomon emphasize the eggs and the ovaries and all of that? Right? My body, right? My body, my choice. Why did he emphasize more the seed of man? Okay. Now, is this process happening in the spirit world? No. Okay. When Yahushua was on the earth as Yahushua, okay, it happened between Joseph and Mary, right? The pleasure that came with sleep, the seed of man. But when Yahushua comes back, he's not coming, the form or the process of his body that he's coming with isn't going to be made with through this process. The process we're reading right now in Wisdom of Solomon 7 is how a mortal man is made, okay? But when Yahushua comes back, at what point is it going to be in the spirit world, or when he comes into our realm in the chariot is when this is going to happen for his body to be made? No. Okay. I can't tell you how it's made. I'm not the Most High. I haven't seen his body. I can't tell you no details. I don't know how tall he's going to be. Don't know how big brolic. I don't know. But we just know that it's going to be different from whatever we got now. We know that it's going to be perfect. Okay. And that's what we're looking forward to. You know, we all want that perfection. Everybody knows that there's something about you that you like, you know, you got to deal with, whatever it may be, hey, whatever it may be, man. Hey, brothers can't grow a beard, hair, face, you look in the mirror like, damn, my face ain't symmetrical, whatever the case may be, toenails, I don't know, I'm not tall enough. There's always something. But in the kingdom, when we get transformed, okay, all of that is going to be done away with. You're not going to get in your new body and say, damn, one of my fingernails is longer than my other finger. I got 6 fingers here and then 4 fingers on this hand. Oh, Lord. You're not going to be going through that. Everything is going to be perfect, okay? From the way you look to the way you feel to the way you think. I mean, everything is going to be perfect. There's going to be no better way it could have been done. Let's put it like that. Okay, that's right. The what? Isaiah 47. I shall not meet thee as a man. Okay, so but what did King Solomon say in verse 1? I myself also am a mortal man. Then he goes on to describe how a mortal man is made. Okay, so it says here, verse 3. It says, and when I was born, I drew in the common air. See, so. If you really think about it, we're not going to be born. We're not going to, when the Lord delivers his elect and changes them, that's why Paul said changed, not born. Okay, we're not going to come as babies. Okay, although those that, like I said, those that down this side, they're going to come through that process, but that's going to be on a whole nother level than it is now. All right, even sex is going to be on a whole nother level than it is now. There's more to it than just what it's been brought to in today's society. Okay, so it says, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature, and the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. All right, so what you think? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a twinkling of an eye, and then we all gonna be on the chariot, and then you just gonna hear a lot of baby noises, right? Yeah. Everybody that get changed, and you just start crying. You drawing in air, and you crying. That's not what it's gonna be like. Okay, in that sense. All right. So it says here. Now here's the part. It says, verse 5. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth, for all men have one entrance into life, and the like going out. Think of it like a door into a room, right? You have a door that says enter, and you enter into that room, and then when you're leaving, you have a door that says exit. Okay, so when you're born, you open that door and you step up in there, and then when you're leaving, you open that other door and you step out. But notice it says, for all men have one entrance into life, and the like going out. Okay, there's one way into life and one way going out, but that's for men. We're not going to be mortal men. Psalms 82:6, I have said ye are gods. Now, if we are gods, at what point are we going to start doing godlike things? Because when you look at us today, we don't look like gods. We're getting gunned down in the street left and right. If a Edomite cop pulls you over, what you going to do? Make it shock him with lightning? You can't do that. What, you going to change his thoughts? You can't do that. But so then why did the Lord say that we are gods? At what point? When is that going to happen? The Lord is not a liar. And then he, the Lord said it. He said, "Is it not written, all right, in your laws that I have said ye are God?" So, what do he mean by that? Why are we called the sons of God? What makes us so different? What makes us the sons of God? If we're just gonna die like everybody else, if we're just gonna stay the same like everybody else, you know? So now, finally, I want to go here to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Okay? And this is why I titled it God's UFOs and Reality Shock Value. Okay, because this is what's about to happen. And hey, even though we've been talking about it and prophesying about it, even we're gonna be in shock. In a good way, but even to see the things we're reading of is gonna be on a whole nother level. Imagine actually seeing a giant chariot. What emotion do you think is gonna run through your body when you actually see Yahweh Shai with your eyes? We see Yahweh Shai right now through our mind's eye, through the scriptures, through what we've read about him, But what do you imagine actually seeing Yahweh Shai? Think about that, in person, seeing the one that we constantly talk about, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We constantly talk about Yahweh Shai. We constantly talk about the Most High. Then you actually see him in person, right there. The moment that all of our lessons, everything we talk about, the conclusion at the end of the day, the end all be all is repent, for the kingdom is coming, is to gain salvation. So imagine finally reaching that point, finally reaching that moment, that salvation that you everything you've done in your life since you woke up to the truth has been geared towards that. To the point where you don't feel normal if you're not doing something towards laboring to this truth, whether you're reading or planning a lesson or watching a video. If you don't do that, you don't feel normal. So imagine that day when it finally comes and you're there. You're looking at your body. You're like, yo, this is, you know what I'm saying? I could mess with this. You know what I'm saying? This is nice. Then you seeing Yahweh Shai, and he's congratulating. He's saying, well done. Imagine that. Actually think about it. Man, if he looks at you, shit, man, But hey, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real. It's gonna happen. We're not just gonna keep talking about it forever. It's gonna happen at some point, and every day is a day closer to that fantasy becoming a reality. Okay, and the kingdom of heaven is gonna be a fantasy that has become reality, and in the greatest kingdom that has ever existed, you're gonna get priority. You're gonna be at the top of the greatest kingdom that has ever existed. Hell, to be at the top in the lowest kingdom that has ever existed, people reverence that as something. So imagine being at the top of the greatest kingdom that has ever existed and never getting taken down, always being at the top. Not by wicked means, not by corrupt deeds, not by bribery, not going to sleep fearing somebody's going to try to kill you because you're at the top and they want to take your spot. But you've been put here by the Most High, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. He put a crown on your head, man. You're always going to remember that day. For all eternity, you're going to remember that day. But anyway, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. See? They made no account of his labors. But you know who's making account of our labors? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's what's most important, because these people are not going to reward you. If there's a famine, they're not going to feed you. When destruction comes, they're not going to deliver you. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is. Okay? So he's the one, they're the ones that really, it matters if they, count our labors as something. So when you do the works of the Lord, do it to the Lord's standard. Okay? Not the standard of men, not what you think you want to do, but do it to the Lord's standard. What is going to be satisfactory to the Lord? And even if you can't hit that, at least hit as close to it as possible to the best of your ability. Okay? But as it says, we're going to stand in great boldness, because the biggest I told you so won't even come from our mouth. It's going to come from the world. All right? We're not going to need to say I told you so. They're going to see the I told you so. They're going to turn around to you and say you told me so. Okay? That's Ezekiel 33 and 33. All right. What's a scoffer gonna do when when World War III pops off and it goes full on nuclear? All right. What are these people who try to get at us every time we mention prophecy and we go into the mark and we tell them that it's the chip? What are they gonna do when they actually put that thing in society and mandate it? What are they gonna do? You know, when the destruction we've been warning you about comes, when Jacob's trouble, the floodgates unleash full force, what are you gonna do? We're gonna be in boldness because we're gonna pray that the Lord has mercy on us, but we're gonna know that, well, Lord, you said that if we do this, you're gonna have mercy on us. And you also said that all this hell was gonna break loose. So if the hell is breaking loose, then that means the mercy gotta come too. Because I mean, who else is trying their hardest, you know, to try and please you? Really think about it. Even amongst those who know they're Israelites, how many are really sincerely trying to serve Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai? And then if you know in your heart you're sincerely trying to serve the Lord, but he's going to destroy you, then who's he going to save? Who's the Lord going to save, man? You think that it's easy to be diligent? Do you think that it's easy to constantly, every day, every other day, every week, just do the work of just constantly, just no matter what it is, you push it out the way, and you put the, we do it because we have to, and we've made it a part of us. But that doesn't mean that it's the easiest thing in the world. But because of our love and our drive and our passion to serve our power, we do it. We don't complain, we just do it. All right? It doesn't matter how cold it is, it doesn't matter how hot it is, it doesn't matter what we're personally going through. What matters is to do the work of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai. Okay? So it says, verse 2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Of course they're going to be troubled with terrible fear. All right? Rightfully so. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And we're going to know exactly what's going on. Okay? And I guarantee you the day of Yahweh's return is going to be that. If you are of the elect, it's going to be the happiest day of your life, man. All right? That's really going to be, I'll put it like this, which really, that's another topic. You know, the day of Yahweh's return is the beginning. That's the beginning of life. Right now, we're just surviving. Right now, we're working. Right now, you know, we're just here. You know, we're trying to stay alive. Okay? But when Yahushua comes back, that is the beginning of life. That's when we're actually going to start to live. Okay? And actually enjoy life. You know? And set up the world and the earth in a place that we can actually enjoy it. Make it a paradise again. And when these people see the day of the Lord, when they see the salvation the Lord is going to bring, they're going to be troubled with fear and they're going to be amazed. All right? And when you go into the word amazed, it doesn't always mean amazed in like oh, I'm so happy for you. But amazed like shocked, like, oh my gosh. Some of them is going to be because they knew and they're seeing what we've been telling them. And some of them is just going to be like, what the hell is going on here? And for that split second before the missiles come and destroy them, they're going to see it. All right? And like I said, so far beyond all that they look for. Because you actually have airheads that are out there that are watching the news and they're seeing what the Pentagon is saying. And they're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do against this alien invasion? In their minds, even if they finally get to understand and believe that so-called UFOs are real, what are they going to think of it? Oh, they're aliens. They're coming to destroy us. It's so far beyond anything that they could think about that an actual chariot is coming down to save, to deliver people from thermonuclear missiles that are going to be shot off from different parts of the world to destroy the whole land of North America from New York to California. That's why the chariots are coming, to also partake in the destruction, but to deliver certain chosen people of God. Put that out to somebody. Go out and put that out to somebody and see what they think. That's so far beyond anything they look for. They're not, who's really going about in their everyday to day life like, damn, I can't wait for a man to come out the sky in a UFO and deliver me from thermonuclear destruction. But we actually believe that. That's not far from that's exactly what we're looking for. Okay? And if you look, hey, what did the Lord say? Seek and ye shall find, right? So if we're the only ones seeking, then I guess we're the only ones finding. So it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. All right. Oh, that was him. You know, it says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Because if somebody hears of Hebrew Israelites, what you think? Do you think that they're actually like, yeah, those are there's some who are believers, or some who are like, yeah, they you know what I'm saying? I believe those are men of the Lord. But the average stereotype of it is not that those are men of the Lord. That's like, oh, those guys, those bums, those niggas on the corner with Bibles yelling at people, looking all scruffy, saying that they're gods, they're this, they're black supremacists, they're hate, they're this. Who do you think they actually think of us as future rulers of the planet? Come on. Go to the average individual, tell, yo, you believe that these men in the corner, these people teaching the Bible are going to be the next rulers, that they're going to rule over the planet? That the Most High selected them and chose them to do that? That they might be those prophets in the old times coming back? They're going to look at you like, why are you even asking me that? But in that day, they're going to see it for themselves. We're not going to need to tell them. Okay? Verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot amongst the saints? Him? I thought maybe Pope Francis, or Pastor Ofori, or Mr. What are some of these this deceiving, wicked, false leaders out there? Whatever, I thought maybe one of them, but him, them, those men, how the hell are they? Hey, but it just shows you. Matter of fact, verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth. When the Lord, as it says in 2 Ezra chapter 16, that then shall they be known who am I chosen, that's going to be the direction that the Lord is going to set in the earth. And that's when people are gonna finally find out, where do you actually stand in terms of correctness, or in terms of doing what's right, or in terms of doing what's wrong. Because if you were somebody that hated us and the things we do, you're going to know that when the Lord lets it be known that we were doing what's right, and that we're actually, beloved of the Lord, you're going to realize like, oh, shoot, I was off. I was going the completely wrong way because I hated them. I thought I was right for hating them. Okay. But that's when you're going to realize, oh, no, that means that everything I've been doing, from scoffing to ignoring to talking ish to cursing them out of my head, all of these things, you're going to realize you have to pay for that. And then you're going to have those that were supporting the cloud of witnesses, contributing, doing the best that they could. You're going to get that, yeah, hey, I'm glad. Even if all I did was donate $1 or just say shalom, or wish you blessings, I'm glad I did that. And I'm glad I wasn't somebody that, was giving you a hard time. Okay? So it says, verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. They gonna realize it. All right? That we were the ones, all right, speaking from their perspective, that we were the ones who were going off, not them. We were the actual wicked ones, not them. And then you're gonna realize why we were ostracized, why we were hated, because we were trying to be righteous in a wicked society. Okay? That's why we stick out like a sore thumb. Although you use wisdom, okay? Nobody's telling you, what I'm saying, here it is, you at work, you come to work, full garment on, bandana and everything, precepts in your hands, Your boss is like, Thomas, why are you late? Shut up, heathen, you going to slavery. Man, security gonna have your ass in but as it says, verse 8, it says, what hath pride profited us? See, so we're going into that shock value, as they see it, the strangeness of the salvation, the UFOs, the transformation of men and of elect, of humans to gods, okay, and the return of our Messiah, the return of Yahushua. And people are going to realize, hold on, the God that all of us wanted to be acquainted with, wait, that's him? That people are going to see the actual character Because people don't know the character of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. They don't, when they think of God, they don't know the actual character of God. Like, really, really understand that. The average individual doesn't know God. They don't know who the Most High is. They just know that there's a God. They don't know who is God. What does he like to do? You know, what does he do? Okay? No, bro, UFOs are not humans from the future. All right? No, they didn't go into the future and build time machines and come back in those vehicles to come. No, they're not humans from the future, okay? Now, they do not know the Most High. We know what the Most High is about. We know what Yahushua is about. We know what he looks like. We know what he wants to do, what's his purpose, how he's going to get it done. So when they actually see the Most High and they actually see Yahushua and when they actually see Yahushua, let me say that, okay, and they see the things that he's doing and they see the things that the Most High is allowing to happen on the earth and the people he's raising up, they're going to start to get the picture like, hold on, I don't think God is like a friendly dude. You know, I don't think God is like some all-loving white guy up there who just lets everything slide. No, like, this is scary. You know, this is crazy. Like, the Most High is with this? Have you people not read the scriptures? What do you think happened when we took the land of Israel, the land of Canaan? You read about it. What do you actually, I'm curious to know, what do these so-called Christians picture in their minds when the scriptures say slay utterly, that they burnt the cities, that they slew the men, that they took the women captives and the children and the spoils, and sometimes the Lord said just kill everybody, kill all the shit. What do you think that looks like? That means there's blood getting everywhere. If you smiting a city with the edge of the sword, that means that your sword is killing people. That means blood is splattering on you, getting on your face. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are begging for their lives, all of that. Guess what? The Most High told us to go do that. But so I don't know why people think, oh, but God wouldn't do that. You know, God is not like that. I don't know what Bible y'all be reading. Okay? But they gonna get the message, man. That's why it says here, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. See, you neither knew the Lord, neither knew you the way of the Lord. Because people think that we're harsh. You know, they like, you guys are so cruel and like harsh. Like, you guys say the craziest things. We are nothing compared to what the Most High is, man. We are nothing compared to what Yahushua is. We're nothing compared to, you think the things we're saying the Lord is going to do is bad. Wait till he actually does it. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do when you find out Yahushua is a dark-skinned man? White woolly hair. I mean, you don't get a redo. You don't get to say, oh, well, I want to pick a different kind of God. You don't pick the God you worship. All right? That's not how it works. Well, God can't be evil because I think we all agree that we want to worship a God that's good. Who cares what you want? The Most High is who the Most High is. That's why he is. All right? Because you want to believe in a sweet, all-loving God, all of a sudden that's supposed to make it okay. That's supposed to turn the Most High into a sweet, all-loving God. It doesn't work that way, man. People are delusional. And when that shock value comes, it's going to be a beautiful thing because it's going to be a nice cold reset, you know, to put you in actual reality, man. The world needs a checkup from the neck up. They need a reality check. And they going to get that. That's what this that we're reading here is going to be the reality check for the world. Okay? So it says, verse 8, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 8, it says, what hath pride profited us? Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasteth by. Because the beautiful thing about it is, people today are able to confide in money, in their jobs, in their life, you know, in society, because it's still there. So they don't have to deal with reality. because they're able to constantly, you know, drink themselves away with the distractions of the world. Now it says that all those things are going to pass away. Everything that you try to use to take your mind off of what we've been telling you is going to be swallowed up with what we've been telling you. Okay, everywhere you go, your world is gonna be swallowed up by prophecy, and there's gonna be nowhere to hide. And then you're gonna realize, damn. So this whole time I was trying to run away from it. This whole time I was condemning it. This whole time I was being prideful. What did it really do for me in the long run? Because everything that you set your mind to do that's not a part of the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai will be destroyed. It's gonna go away. It's going to be temporary. That's why the Lord said, though heaven and earth pass, not one jot or tittle shall pass from the word of the Lord. Okay? We are about prophecy. We are about the word of the Lord. So we're going to be eternal because the word of the Lord is eternal. All right? And the works we do will be eternal. It will benefit you for all of eternity. And you'll be surprised how much the Lord is going to reward you. And when you see the reward the Lord gives you, you're gonna sit back and say, "Wait, I don't understand how the work that I did equates to the reward that you're giving me." When you see what the Lord is gonna give us, that's when you're gonna realize, "Damn, I really like the works you do now." If you think that you're going through something now, you're gonna realize how little whatever it is you're going through now is compared to what the Lord gives you. And I always give this example: if somebody told you, maybe your grandma, right, told you got a big ass yard, and your grandma told you, "Oh, go weed the backyard," you know, you chilling, you playing your video games or something, or you chilling, you laying down a nice hot ass day, you don't want to be outside, you got the AC on, you got your feet up, you chilling, maybe watching a movie, and then your grandma or your grandpa's is like, "Yo, go mow the yard. This joint is a big ass yard, almost like a whole football field." You're like, "What the hell?" Grab the cutlass or the lawnmower and go mow that joint. You're gonna in your mind be like, "Yo, that's mad work. I'm really not trying to go mow the yard." But if your grandma or your grandfather said, "Yo, can you mow the backyard for me? When you're done, I give you $1 billion." Forget whatever you doing. Before he even gets the thought out, he's already going. You mow half the yard is going to be gone already. Because see, before he brings that $1 billion, mowing the yard feels like a big task. You know why? It's because what are you getting out of it, right? So you're like, "I gotta mow the whole, not even half. Damn, that's mad work." But then he tells you, "You do it and I give you $1 billion," it doesn't become mad work anymore. Now you're like, "That's it? That's all you want me to do? Literally just mow the backyard and you're going to give me $1 billion?" You see how the mind works? You see how when the $1 billion comes in there, damn, the whole yard goes from that to, "That's it? That's all you want me to do?" Now you have no problem doing it. You see, and that's how the work of the Lord is, right? Until the reward comes, it's like, damn, we still got to keep, we got to keep pushing. We got to keep pushing. But when the reward comes, even when you start seeing little fractions of it, you're going to be like, "Yo, that was it? I had to go out just once a week? I had to just, what? That's it, Lord?" That's like a ripoff. Hey, man, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing. All right, so it says here, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 10. It says, "And as a ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the Nile in the waves." See, if a ship is on water and you go back 30 minutes later, you're not going to be, there's no footprints. There's no footprints in the ocean. So you're not going to be able to track where did the ship go. You see the ripples in the water as it's making them, but the water closes right back up behind the ship, so you can't tell. All right? And that's why navigators, they use that. They use that navigator to tell where they're going, because there ain't no GPS on the ocean. Okay? It says, verse 11, and the scriptures are likening that to society. So the same way after a ship passes, you can't tell. You can't even tell that a ship had. Do you know how many ships have been on the ocean? You cannot go on the. You can't go and look at the ocean now and tell me there were 2 million ships that passed through this path last decade. You know, each went here. You see the ripples over here. You can't. It'll be as though there were no ships that have ever gone through there. And that's what this world is gonna be like. Everything you've labored for, everything you've put your heart into, the Lord is going to destroy it, and it's going to be like it never was. You're gonna be, it's gonna be pointless. All right, you spending 4 hours, you building a 4-hour sandcastle, and there's a tsunami coming in 2 hours. What's the point? You know. It says, verse 11, or as when a bird hath flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found, but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings, and parted with a violent noise and motion of them, is passed through, and therein afterwards no sign where she went is to be found. That's right. If you look at a bird, and if you see a bird fly, you're not going to see the trace of the bird in the air. Okay? Now, I'm going to jump down. Okay, I'm going to jump down to, let's see, verse 14. All right, so it says, for the hope of the ungodly is like the dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. But the righteous live forevermore. And that's actually going to be literal. Okay? It says their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. That's precious, man. That's precious. We are precious to the most powerful entities in all of existence. You know? We're ill, man. If imagine you in school, and I know I give a lot of analogies, but hey, you know, imagine you in school and maybe the top dog in the school, he likes you, right? He messes with you, right? He's like, yo, you a cool dude. Nobody's gonna be able to mess with you for fear of him. Now, that's really how it is with the elect and the Most High, Bahashem Yahushai. The care of them is with the Most High. Who's gonna be able to harm you? You know, nobody's gonna be able to harm you now. Nobody's gonna be able to harm you later. Nobody's gonna be able to harm you in the kingdom. You know, and the Lord just says, yo, just rock it out, man. Just rock it out. Okay? I mean, just think. I mean, sometimes, man, like I say, I always say this, man, but you just gotta really sit down and think about this being a reality. You know, from whatever you're doing. You may be in college. You know, you may be just working. Whatever you're doing, that's gonna stop, right? At some point, very soon, that's gonna stop. You're gonna go from that. If you work at McDonald's, if you are taking some hard ass college classes, if you are whatever you're doing, you're gonna go from that to a king. Not just a king, but a king that's a God, a king that lives forever, a king that actually has power, not just in name, all right, but has true authority. Imagine that. You know, you're gonna throw that McDonald's hat down and replace it with a crown. You know, and we're actually gonna have authority. People are going to do as we say. You know, cities, communities, planets, towns, civilizations are going to be run at our command. And we're not going to be nervous. We're going to do it naturally. It's going to be within us. The Lord is going to make us, all right? He's just going to make us, man. He's going to make us be able to do that. Okay? So it says here, verse 16, therefore, talking about the righteous, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. You're going to receive a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. Yahushua, I got something for you. Oh, my Lord. Oh, you're going to kill me, Lord. I got something for you. You know, it says, for with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. So we're going to see everybody that's caused us harm and pain, the Lord's going to put the work on them, and then we're not going to suffer anymore, and the Lord's going hey, man. So Jacob's trouble is really going to be the punishing of those that have been wicked and have been punishing us, you know? And then after that, the Lord's like, all right, I punished them. Now I got something for you. You know, I'm giving them their reward. Now it's time for your reward. It says, let's see. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it that I wanted to read on there. In that, I did see brothers put a couple of precepts on here. Yep, that's right. Prince of Yahweh 2. This is Ecclesiasticus 43 and 29. The Lord is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. All right, and we are yet to see but a fraction of the Lord truly putting his concentrated power on the earth. Okay, and people are gonna see, man. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. People ain't seen nothing yet. If there's a blackout, people trip. People lose their minds, man. How much more for I mean, this is gonna be the craziest thing that has ever happened. You know? The return of the Lord. Man. Alright, this is Psalms, Prince of Yahweh 2, Psalms 1:15 and 13. He will bless them that fear the Lord, both small and great. Okay? And the blessings of the Lord they're not light work, man. Just like the judgments of the Lord are not light work. Okay? Now, lastly, I'm gonna get this precept. What's this? Reward. Because that's what we're about to get, man. A reward. Yep. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 35. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. These are the exhorting words, man. Okay? Don't cast away your confidence. Don't give up. Don't cool down your fire. Don't put your drive down. Forget what everybody else may say, man. The Lord loves that. He loves your drive. He loves your passion. You know what the Lord loves? The Lord loves somebody that in the face of adversity, in the face of everybody coming against them, this person doesn't even get fazed. This person, as a matter of fact, takes that and turns that into motivation. Because this person is so driven in their mind, something that they want so badly that they're not going to let anything get in the way of that. And then you go to the core of that desire and you find out, or the Lord goes to the core of that, and he finds out that what's driving this individual right here is the fear and the love and the desire to serve him. You think the Lord is not going to be pleased by that? He's like, yo, whatever I throw at this person, they just keep on bouncing back and they just keep going. They just keep pushing. What's making them do that? He looks into your mind and he just sees that pure sincerity, you know, and fear for him. Of course the Lord is going to be pleased by that. So it's saying don't cast that away. Don't throw that away. Because that spirit, that energy, that mindset, that has a great recompense of reward. The Lord is going to give you a big reward for that, man. Okay? Hey, man, for those of you that are doing your best to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he knows that. He sees that. Okay? The Lord, yes, our power is austere, but our power is a loving power, man. Okay? In terms of love, nobody can surpass the Lord's love. In terms of mercy, nobody can surpass the Lord's mercy, man. So the Lord loves us, man. Okay? And he loves us even more, all right, for at least, you know, repenting and having that drive to serve him when nobody else does. Who else has that drive to sincerely serve Yahweh? Not God, not Jesus. No. Not a higher power, but specifically Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. If the Lord's looking on the earth right now, he's like, yo, out of all these people that I created, who has that drive to serve me? Who knows me? Who's serving me for me? Not for God and the Quran says this, but the Bible and Jesus died and he walked on the water and the wine. And no, but who's serving me? For Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Who knows me? And who's actually serving me, knowing my purpose and knowing what I want? Who's doing that? Who's putting whatever it is that they want aside to serve me? Those are the people the Lord is looking for. And that's in your confidence. All right, so it says, for ye have need of patience. So with your confidence, with your drive, you have to add patience, man. Okay, it's good to have the drive, it's good to have the fire, it's good to have the passion, but you need patience. Okay, because if you're like, yeah, I'm willing to go, I'm willing to go, I'm willing to go, and then you see something happening, right? And it looks like prophecy, it looks like things are about to pop off, and so you get even hotter. You cannot, of course, sometimes it does disappoint a little, but that's how it works. That's why the Lord told us that we need patience, because you're gonna have those prophetic pump fakes, but don't let that cool your fire. Okay, just keep on going. It says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. Okay, somebody's gonna receive the promise. All right, the promise is not gonna be stopped because you don't get it. Okay, prophecy ain't gonna wait for you. All right, nothing is gonna wait for you. So you gotta go, man. You gotta go with the show. You have to go get it. Okay, shit, I'm trying to go get it. I'm chasing it, you know. And I know all the sincere brethren out there, the you know, even the sisters, those that are watching that are sincere, we all chasing it, man. Okay, we sprinting, we running, and as we see the reward, we running even faster. You could be out of breath, you could be exhausted. It doesn't matter, man. The reward is right there, and we are running. If you guys flip flops on, take that shit and throw it somewhere, man. Run barefoot if you have to, but get to that promise. Okay, verse 37, it says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come, and will not tarry. So when the appointed time is here, Yahushua is going to come down, man, and he's not going to tarry. And at that point, that's all we just got to get there, man. Just get there. And when we get there, that's it. All right, forevermore. So shall we be with the Lord. All right, so that was pretty much it. I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting unto the elect. All right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barakatham to all you sincere listeners. And may you continue to keep the fire. Lord willing, we all be of the elect, and we can make it all into them chariots. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.